welcome to Trashy Trashy, where we take a dumpster dive on this week's garbage people and a look at all the trashiest news stories. My name is Erica, and I am your host.
And my name is Cassandra, and I'm your other host. Hi.
How's it going?
Oh, fine. I'm a dirtbag.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, yes, I know that, but care to explain why?
Remember that dentist that I was complaining about on the podcast?
Yes.
I'm going back to him tomorrow. It's too hard to find another dentist. And so I'm just choosing to go to a place that makes me actively uncomfortable instead. So if you're listening to this, hopefully my teeth are okay.
I haven't been to the dentist in like a year because of the pandemic. I switched health insurance. It's a whole thing. It's hard to find a dentist.
It's really tough. And like I called them and I was like, hey, can I make an appointment? And they were like, Cassandra. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, how was your trip to Mexico? And I was like, that was like in February. You remember this? And I was like, it was good. I got engaged. I don't know why I told them that, but I did. And they were like, oh my God. And they were like losing their minds. They were so excited for me. I'm like, we've spent 45 minutes together ever. And so I was like, is this charming or do I hate this? And then later when they called to confirm the appointment, they were like, you got to have the best teeth for your wedding. And I'm like, stop remembering shit about me.
When I was little, I thought I truly had like a connection with my orthodontist.
Mm.
And then I saw them one day. It shattered my heart. Keep like a little note, like my file where they were like, played a softball tournament. You did it. Like they wrote down essentially like what we were talking about.
Oh, that's sweet.
It was sweet, but that was like the way that they would be like, hey, champ, like, how's that basketball team going? Or what's going on with FFA? And I would be like, my orthodontist sees probably 1,000 people because they were the most popular orthodontists. It's hard to get in, but they remember me. I felt like I was like so dumb. I felt like special. And then I saw them take notes on our conversation so that we could just pick it up the next time, like right where we left off. And I was like, God damn it.
They must teach that in dental school. They're like, so that everyone doesn't think that you're like this heartless robot and no one fucking likes you. Mm-hmm. Try to do this.
Yeah. So update, the girlies have been fighting yes. Me with my therapist and the billing department for my therapist. Well, I learned nothing and I won. They reversed the charge. So I sent like a very, polite but firm email about like, I hope that, this charge can be reversed because here's the policy and here's why, you're wrong. And I hope that we can continue services together because otherwise I would, take my business elsewhere.
But why did you say that when you don't want to be with her anymore anyways?
I don't know. I don't know. I just wanted the charge gone. And so they reversed the charge on Monday. And I had until like 8 a.m. Tuesday morning to basically cancel my Thursday appointment this week. And so it happened. It happened Monday evening. They reversed the charge. And so I kept my appointment this week. And so like we didn't address it. Everything was going, we were talking about everything. And then like the last 2 minutes, she was like, let's circle back to this. And I was like, oh, I gotta go. I did. So I had to like sit there and go, oh, okay. And she was like, let me just kind of pontificate upon the policy. And here's what I was able to, get a one-time waiver. And I was like, mm-hmm. And I didn't say anything. And I was like, mm-hmm. But I'm still going to probably seek services elsewhere, but I didn't have to pay the fee. So I learned nothing.
Wow.
Yes. I am making progress.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. Well, why are you trash this week?
I had some people over yesterday. This was like planned for a long time that we were going to do tacos and I was going to slow cook some chicken for it. And I got so busy with work that I had to, Taylor thought on the fly. He was like, I'll get you some pre-made stuff or some like fresh made stuff from Vallarta and you can pose it as your own. And I said, yes, except I'm not going to, I told everybody this is from Vallarta. Anyways, So I'm like sitting there with like a couple of my girlfriends, like just chit chatting and stuff. Erica, I was just spilling so much taco juice on my shirt. I was being the messiest baby. And I was like having to, like, and no one was pointing it out, which was nice. I was wearing a black t-shirt. And so, but I was like, this is gonna harden and you're gonna be able to see it. But it was just like the tacos were very good. They were just juicy. And I was just covered in taco. I was like, what? Why the fuck can't I fucking eat?
Yeah.
I can't do it. I ruin. Thank God I have a washer and dryer in the apartment because like I ruin everything.
Yeah, a lot of times if you see me, I wear like a all black uniform in a lot of ways, and that's not just because I have like lost all sense of style in a lot of like, and it's black goes with everything. I could just pull, black jean, black shirt together, but also I spill food on myself. I'm also like an adult baby, and I don't know where I put the fork, and it's like, okay, fork to mouth, good. We've made connection, and then somehow like my bosom is just full of like taco juice.
It just like truly like I'm not stopping at my boobs on the way to my mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm leaning over to hit my plate, but instead my boobs just hover over the plate. And they become the plate.
Yeah, I do the soup etiquette of like, okay, dip the soup in, you put the soup away from you, and then up to your mouth. And then all of a sudden there's soup on the shirt. And you're like, how did this happen?
I feel like I need to only eat standing. Like I need to switch and just only eat standing up because it's the only way I can help myself.
Yeah, mouth to floor directly. Skip the shirt.
Yeah, because I can eat bent over, basically.
Yeah.
Anyways, why are you trash?
Well, I, take a lot of meetings for my job, and I use Zoom, the meeting connection, the video connection, and it has a blur feature that I use to blur my background. I don't need everybody knowing what my art looks like or, what my background looks like. And I was in some meetings this week, and I give a lot of nonverbal cues in certain meetings, and I give like a thumbs up. And what I realized is with the blur feature, if you don't put the thumb up directly in your facial like zone, like the zone that has your face and below, your thumb is completely blurred out, and it looks like you are like being censored, like flipping. It looks like you're flipping off your camera, and it's being blurred out for censorship. And I noticed it halfway through a meeting, and it started to make me like giggle because I was just like listening to someone, my manager talk, and then I'd be like, acknowledge. I'm not going to say yes. Like that's not, this isn't the cadence of the meeting. It just was like head nod and thumbs up, and just it would come in, blur it out. And so when it was finally like my turn to talk and give an update instead of just jumping into the update my job, I was like, oh, it's so funny, it looks like I had to comment on it. And my coworkers were all like, it does, doesn't it? And like they laugh, but then I was like, why did I do that? Why did I do that part of it? Like it was trashy and like looks like I'm flipping them off, but then I had to say,
it looks like I'm flipping you guys off.
And I'm just giving a thumbs up. I was like, why would I do that part of it?
That's so funny. I don't know how to blur my screen, but I've actually never tried it, but I want to do that now. And then I just will flip people off.
I can teach you, Grasshopper, the ways. But
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course.
Is it in background and filters?
We'll get it. We'll take this offline.
No.
Yeah. We're going to do it on the pod live right now. What I was realizing is I was like, oh, I have, sometimes bad meeting etiquette. And I even made a joke to my boss. And I said, I was like, hey, just to let you know, I don't do this with important people on meetings. I only do this for our team. I had to reassure her. that I, am a,
You know when to dial up and down the clown.
yes, I know when to pull it on back.
Well,
but
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you know how to get into a fucking Ferrari?
Oh, I do. Yes, I do. I know how to slink into a Ferrari as to not expose what a dress should cover.
Okay. You mean your fajin?
My vagina.
So our first story comes from insider.com. It's about etiquette influencers and they're going viral on TikTok, but they face mockery for being classist and out of touch.
So if you listen to our April Fool's episode, Classy, we talked a lot about etiquette and the origin of etiquette and etiquette books, or etiquette throughout the years, and the term etiquette and kind of where it came from. And it's really interesting. Every culture has its own etiquette, which it's very strange, like what is and isn't acceptable. So that's what's kind of interesting about etiquette in general, is like what's rude here is considered acceptable in this region.
Like slurping.
Yes, absolutely. Like it's rude if you don't slurp in certain countries. And
do you follow any of these? Because I started following the one from the story, which is a 38-year-old businesswoman, Lucy Challenger. So I started following her. And she's the one who, will teach you how to get into a Ferrari in an elegant way and things like that. But do you follow any to like learn different etiquette for different places? Or
I read some etiquette blogs. I don't if I open TikTok, that's 3 hours gone. So I cannot let myself open TikTok. I don't go into the app very often, but I do read blogs occasionally about scenarios.
I mean, I had to search for her because she was not anywhere near my algorithm.
She wasn't on your For You page.
No. Yeah, I mean, there's mixed reviews about this because like some people are like, especially I guess Gen Z people are really appreciative that this kind of stuff exists because they're like, oh, I got asked to do this at my job and I don't know if I didn't know that I was not supposed to use that fork versus this fork. And then there's other people being like, this is dumb. We shouldn't do this. Etiquette shouldn't be like a thing. Or rich people are just bored.
To an extent, it is completely born out of rich people being bored and making up rules to make other people feel bad.
Yeah, because like, okay, so it's impolite to dip your bread into the bowl of a soup. Okay, but that shit's good.
Yeah, at home by myself, that's what I'm going to do.
I want to do that at a fancy place and then get all the soup and the crumbs all on my boobs. But I will, if you want me to use this fork versus this fork for your salad, I'll do it. I'll use your fork.
Yeah. Start from the outside and work your way in.
It is fun to set tables like that.
There are certain like business dinners, and there are certain scenarios where like there is a hat that you have to put, a hat that you have to put on and go into, situations in society and be this character and have this be your avatar and do these behaviors, or you don't make it
business.
You get cut out of things, like you are excluded. Like that's just unfortunately the world. It's like I did pageants and I've taken cotillion classes and stuff like that, and I learned how to walk down a flight of stairs in heels. You click your heel to the back step. So like without looking down, that's how you know what's coming up next. That's a little trick. That one's for free.
See, I always just go down clomp, 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 clomp. And I go down sideways and holding onto the rail. Is that wrong?
I mean, I hope we're like evolving slowly out of like this notion that there's like one right way to do things.
Yeah.
Like you brought up like slurping, like, in like this, British CEO's mind, like slurping would be completely out of the table. But if she goes to like, a different region and she doesn't slurp, she's the asshole, and it's kind of, she says overall etiquette has the power to bring people together instead of dividing them among class lines. Manners and good grace have nothing to do with poshness or political views, she told Insider. but it really is regional and cultural in a lot of ways. There is no one set, etiquette.
Well, follow her if you want to learn some shit.
Yeah, follow me at Iconic Erica Curry on Instagram. Follow Cass.
I was talking about the etiquette lady, not you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Well,
I mean, they can follow you.
Yeah. That kind of prompts me into our next story from the Yorkshire Evening Post.co.uk. A Yorkshire driver thought follow me on the back of a police car was an Instagram request.
So he was pulled over by a police officer and believed that the follow me sign on the back of his car, meant like, give me that handle.
Sergeant Paul Cording said one of his North Yorkshire colleagues pulled alongside the driver who was on his mobile phone.
As he pulled alongside, the officer illuminated a follow me sign in the rear of his car. However, it took some time for the driver to comply with the request.
The officer was dumbfounded when he found the driver stopped the car and said, I didn't realize you were a cop. I thought it was an Instagram request.
I mean, in his defense, when did cops get follow me signs?
Yeah, I've never seen such a request. I've seen cops, shoot out tires or throw down spikes.
Yeah, as if I would ever follow a car that said follow me.
Yeah, that feels like a very like Alice in Wonderland-esque bad idea.
Hey, when you were in high school, did you ever like write your phone number down on pieces of paper and like hold it up against the school bus windows on field trips and like see who texted you?
Okay, I did this thing called Hobie when I was like 16 or something, and we were on a bus, and I was like, I was like a participant, but they were like they were probably like 3 years older than us, but to us they were like gods. They were so cool, and so they were like the counselors, and there was like a younger girl, probably like 12, 14, in a convertible behind us on the bus. And we were like, oh no. So we wrote, what's your number, on the sheet of paper that the cool counselor did.
Yeah.
And the girl wrote back on another sheet of paper, and we called and put her on speakerphone, and we all sang her a song like You Are My Sunshine or something, something upbeat and like very nice. Cause she was kind of had like, looked sad driving in her, mom's convertible. And we sang her like a very nice song. And she kind of got really excited that a bus full of like, more attractive, cooler teenagers were paying attention to her. And it just like truly made her day. And, I was just like, this is a god amongst men. This is the coolest person I've ever met. Like I never would have thought to do something like that. And I was like, this is the guy. Yeah.
Back in the days when people would just no shit have a piece of paper and pen in their car.
Yes. You had a notebook. You had paper and pens.
You had to, because what if you had to take down directions?
7 pages of printed out MapQuest with highways and intersections and exits. And if you missed it, so help me God, I don't know how to get back to.
I just always felt like it would be a cool meet cute, but I mean, it seldomly panned out well. And sometimes like it was like a prank to put someone else's number on the window, so.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, when you're a teenager, you don't realize it's bad. You know what else I think people realize might be kind of bad?
What's that?
Dunkin' Donut colored eyeshadow.
Now, I hear what you're saying, but I'm thinking bright pink, sparkles, or sprinkles. What could be wrong?
Well, here's the problem. Yes, there's pink sparkles, but there's also blue to signify donut.
I don't know many a blue donut.
A classic blue donut. You got some pinks, you got gold, you got. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, having a color palette with like all these neutral colors and then one bright blue actually might be pretty good. Maybe I am wrong.
Just a pop of color, some neutral with just like a hint on the outside.
You would never need to have another. You would never need another compact because this one has all your neutrals, and then when you want to pop a color,
yeah,
shit.
Elf. Yeah, Elf has also done collaborations with Chipotle.
I think we talked about it.
So maybe we get Elf on the phone and we pitch a trashy collaboration.
That would be interesting. I would be into that. Like the colors of a raccoon, like blacks and grays, and then pink. That'd be fun. This was from Boston.com. And I mean, I guess that's all we have to say about it, but like, how fun. And like, I really was getting ready to talk shit until I saw it. And then I was like, nope, I'm cool with this.
Well, it's going to be hard to find because it's sold out as an online exclusive within minutes of its release from elf.com.
I tell you what, though, bad donut. Yuck. Yuck. A Dunkin' Donut. Gross.
You don't care for a Dunkin' Donut?
No, it's a cake donut. It fucking sucks.
I'm a Boston cream bitch myself recently.
Sure, and they do have those too. And like to all our East Coast listeners who are about to write me a death threat, relax. It's fine. Like more for you.
You're the coffee, outstanding.
Is it? Isn't it all sugary?
I don't know. I'm trying to get him back. I'm trying to get him back. Okay.
Nobody has better coffee than Dunkin'. You know what? Diners have good coffees.
If I drank the coffee, I would probably strongly agree. But I've gotten some of the best cheesecake and roast I've ever had at a diner.
Yeah, and actually, I don't drink coffee either, so I'm just full of shit. I was just trying to, transition.
Yeah, forgive us, y'all. This is hard. This is hard work.
We're doing this after work. We're tired, and we both have to go back to work after this. That's what's fucked up. Isn't that fucked up?
And this is a free podcast.
I mean, hey, we're happy to do it. According to northpennnow.com, a man broke into a local diner, stole a cheesecake and roast, and then broke into Adult World before fleeing.
So before we fully get into the story, one of the great pranks of my home county was if you get your everyone vehicles were somewhat distinctive, oh, that's Bob's truck, everybody kind of knew that's what he drove. And so they would take their vehicle and then park it in front of the very public adult film films.
It was a prank to steal a car and park it in front of a adult store.
Yeah. So everyone was like, oh, what's Bob doing at pleasure chess or not god damn it, play chess. I can't remember the name, but yeah, that was kind of the
That's crazy. You walk out and you go, my car's missing, and you don't think I should call the police. You think, let me go check down the street at Romantics, and then if it's not there, I'll call the police.
Yeah, Porno World, and then I'll go call the police.
What the hell was the one that was? They had, oh, I know it, and it had a jingle. If I may, when I was growing up, if you're from Colorado, you know. And you come down to Crystals. It's your type of place. When you need a special gift to put a smile on your face. Everybody needs excitement. You're not the only one. So come down to Crystals just for the fun. That was on the radio 15 times a day growing up. And it was a fucking sex shop. I do this for free.
Chess? God damn it. Something play chess. That's incredible. That was on the radio.
Wow, I got so into that I didn't even realize that Taylor walked in behind me. When did you come? I was just singing. Wow, I really lost myself in that.
That's incredible.
Wow, or he's just getting really quiet. Anyways, so this guy broke into a diner, and you gotta get the top items. You gotta steal a cheesecake. You gotta steal a roast.
Yeah, and then he broke into a Adult World before being scared away by an employee. No word on what the employee was holding in his hand. Maybe if it was large, if it was vibrating, no word.
That's funny, Erica. Yeah. I like that joke a lot.
We won't name him. You know what? He's got a lot going on.
Yeah, we'll let him keep his dignity.
This podcast has integrity.
Unlike this article where you could definitely find his name.
But he is facing 2 counts of felony burglary, one count of felony criminal mischief, and a misdemeanor count of criminal mischief and theft by unlawful taking in connection with the incidents.
If I was his lawyer, I'd be like, judge, jury, is it a crime to want a full meal when you go watch a porno movie in a theater? Is it a crime? You can't jerk off legally in those places, and that's how you know he wasn't, because he was eating. No, I don't think, objection, no, I don't think that he was gonna have sex with that roast or that cheesecake. I think he was gonna eat it.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
Dismissed. I don't know.
Leading the witness. I don't know. Obviously, we are pinky promise lawyers, not criminal lawyers.
No, we are not. So I guess this next guy probably shouldn't call us either.
Oh, no. From ABC13.com. The owner of a stolen forklift found after deputies chased suspect for 20 minutes, sheriff says.
So the owner of a forklift was found Sunday night after a man was arrested and charged for stealing the machine and going on a joyride over the weekend.
Okay, I'm just gonna, semantics. It was a 20-minute ride. Is that what we're calling a joyride? This wasn't like a weekend-long spree. You know what I mean? He was kind of borrowing it.
I mean, if you have let's say cool Uncle Pat, cool unmarried Uncle Pat who's having a life crisis comes over with his new Lamborghini and who wants to take, or on his motorcycle, who wants to take a joyride? That's only a couple times around the block.
Yeah, truly.
So I would say that a joyride counts for 20 minutes, but not everyone throws their hair back in a old school scarf and takes on the countryside like you do every time you joyride.
It's true. I look like a Marilyn Monroe stepping onto in a convertible.
Yeah. You and Winston, he drives with one hand, the other arm is around you, and you got a bench seat, and you guys are just wild and free. I've seen you. I know how you spend your weekends.
So the deputies received a call about a man driving a tractor on Hardy Road and attempting to enter the main lanes of the tollway.
You can't do that on a forklift. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm. So when the deputies caught up to the man, I don't know how, because he was going 18 miles an hour. But when they caught up to him, they realized it was a forklift.
They didn't know until they caught him that he was driving a forklift?
Yeah, because the calls were like, "There's a tractor on the tollway."
Wow. Well, that's on these people from Texas for not knowing the difference between a tractor and a forklift.
Truly, what is the education system like in Texas?
I would think that tractor and forklift would be the bare minimum that you would know, but maybe I'm making generalizations about Texas.
Yeah. After a 20-minute slow speed chase, deputies said the man came to a stop at Hardy in Egypt.
They took him into custody, and then they found the owner, and he got charged with evading. So, whatever.
And no injuries reported. So,
hey, no harm, no foul. Just another trash person in jail.
Speaking of some harm, some foul. Let's get into our next story from the NewYorkPost.com. OnlyFans. Fucking Christ. My mouth doesn't want to make that sound.
I like the idea of only flans though, which is like white people making flan.
That joke's so good I want to leave it in, but I don't want everyone to know I can't pronounce OnlyFans.
Well, you got to leave it in now.
Damn it. OnlyFans.
Honey, I'm going to post my flan on OnlyFans. Get the good cameras so you can get the syrup I'm pouring.
It's a 3-point lighting system. OnlyFans influencer says, I had brain surgery, but had to keep taking nudes in my hospital bed.
25-year-old OnlyFans model kept it sexy during her, this the New York Post saying that, not me, kept it sexy during her hospital sojourn when she was admitted for surgery, and she was taking nudes while in recovery for 5 days and posting streams and all the stuff because she can never bring herself to stop working.
The Sydney native has been dealing with frequent moments of dizziness and sharp headaches that would go on for about 10 seconds each instance. Once May took a trip to the doctor, she found out that she was diagnosed with chorea malformation, a rare condition that occurs when an area of the skull contorts and puts pressure on the spinal column. The New York Post says, "We're journalists, we report the news." The busty brunette has accumulated over 421,000 followers on Instagram under the handle "famous for my personality," and revealed to the outlet that she has made millions on OnlyFans.
Or millions of followers, or she's made like actual millions of dollars.
I think millions of Australian dollars, which,
What is that, like 3 cents?
yeah, like who knows what the conversion rate is.
And we could never find out.
It's literally impossible to know.
Sometimes Marty makes that joke on Nooner where we like, because it's like a joke about Google, and it's one of my favorite jokes. So
Yeah.
I just want to give him credit.
Yeah.
For once.
So she says, "I think it's funny because everyone thinks my life is so easy because of OnlyFans."
Who thinks that?
Yeah, it's angles, lighting. You gotta content is got to be constant. It's not easy.
Here's the thing: it'd be nice if she didn't have to feel the need to keep working, and she could have just recovered. Because I bet a lot of people are in recovery and wish that they could get right back to work because of the money that they're losing out on. But it would be nice if no one had that thought at all.
100%. Like, it's not trashy that she does OnlyFans. What's insane is that even though Australia has taxpayer health insurance and like state funded, single payer health insurance, she was in a private hospital. And this would cost her about 20,000 Australian dollars, which the article says is about 14,000 US dollars. So health insurance, access to any type of medical treatment should be a universal human right. And the fact that she was like, I have to make content, I have to continue to work, or I could lose this platform entirely, instead of just focusing on her health and her recovery, is the garbage. Like, if I don't continue this, I could lose everything and be in further medical debt.
Yeah. Although she does love her job. It's important to note that.
Power to her, but yeah.
Do you want to talk about the world's dumbest criminal?
Absolutely. Allegedly. Question for you.
Yeah.
Did you ever think that if you lay flat against a wall, that you would just like become one with the wall and no one could see you?
No.
Oh, okay. Then you are smarter than basically our criminal.
According to the TorontoSun.com, world's dumbest criminal, contender busted after crossbow theft in Florida.
So a Florida shoplifter was caught on tape stuffing a crossbow in his pants. Now, he couldn't get the crossbow all the way in, and the bow was peeking out of his waistband.
So employees at the True Value store noticed that the bow was missing and checked their surveillance, and it shows this guy with a pair of cutting tools, or he had a crutch, and he was stealing a pair of cutting tools and then cut the zip ties off of the crossbow.
Is anyone unfamiliar with what a crossbow is, and that it's not conducive to sweatpants or the human body?
Yeah, it's not even close to being the right shape to be stolen. But I don't know, if you really want a crossbow that bad, you might not be thinking like, what did you need it for?
Would love to know. Maybe. Okay, hear me out, Cassandra.
I'm listening.
Maybe he is a time traveler and he had one shot to come back, grab this weapon, go back into the war of the future, and fight on our behalf for humanity. And we messed it up. We doomed the future because of this.
I bet you're right. I 100% no notes. You are correct.
Yeah.
I believe almost everyone in these stories is a time traveler.
Similar, a month ago, York Regional Police released a video of a shoplifter stealing an $8,000 guitar from a music store by stuffing the instrument in his pants as well.
No arrests have been made though. He got away with it. So maybe we don't know enough about men's pants.
Is that a guitar in your pants? Or are you just happy to see me? Oh no, it's a guitar. Oh, okay.
No, it's an $8,000 guitar, bitch. Now get out of my way. I'm running from the cops. Can you imagine just getting in a robber's way? Like, hey, buddy, what's that? You try to hit on someone who just like robbed a store. It's fucking funny.
Hey, Cass, are you ready?
I'm ready, girl.
It's time for the dumpster fire of the week.
Oh my god.
From the uk.style.yahoo.com, biggest balls in the UK grace a billboard, Testicular Cancer Awareness Month.
So the Robin Cancer Trust had the innovative idea to do this, not as an April Fool's joke, but to raise awareness of testicular cancer nationwide as part of its hashtag Taking Bollocks. Oh, excuse me. Hashtag Talking Bollocks campaign.
The unmissable image of the pair of testicles with the words, "Have you checked yours this month?" has been displayed on Manchester's I Love MCR flagship billboard.
So the founder of the trust is Toby Freeman, and he lost his brother Robin, who was just 24, to testicular cancer, and they promised him that he would never just be a photograph on the wall and that something good would be born with what happened to him. So the charity, along with some survivors of testicular cancer, are taking over the billboard from April 1st to encourage people across the country to check their balls more regularly.
That's really cool. That's like really touching. Like, you won't just be a photograph on the wall. Okay, I don't have a joke. Yeah, that's just like,
that's nice.
That's like a really, really nice sentiment. So after seeing previous national campaigns on the billboard in Manchester, I was obsessed with getting a pair of balls on there to encourage people to check their own. So we made it happen.
Hell yeah. 2,400 men are diagnosed with testicular cancer every year in the UK, with it being the most common cancer in men aged from 15 to 45. So I'll just say to our male listeners, pause the podcast. Don't make it fucking weird. Just check your balls. Make sure that they're not bigger than normal.
Yeah. If there's any irregularities, if there's, hardness and enlargedness, we're not doctors. We're not going to tell you what.
No, I hope that you know how to do it. Like if someone was saying, hey, check your breasts for cancer, like I would know what to do because you just know what to do. So I'm hoping that the men know what to do. And like I said, please don't make it fucking weird because, I don't know. Please don't make it weird.
Yeah. We
just do it.
Don't let us know how you're checking them.
No.
We just want to encourage you to. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's it's a less common type of cancer in general, but it's also one of the most curable forms of the disease. Great. At 98%, making monthly checks all more the important in general.
That's nice. It's crazy how we have with this weird kind of Christian ban on sexuality in this country. Cause like, yeah, you can go to Europe and just see a billboard with like balls on it and that's chill, but you would never see that in America anywhere. Yeah. Pretty crazy. Prude Americans we are.
Have you seen there's this like overly sexual European, I want to say it's like orange soda commercial, but it's like animals that are like huge jugged animals that are selling like
what is it, a cartoon?
Okay, hold on. My Google is going to be crazy.
That's fine. I looked up on if you could buy a crossbow on Amazon, so we're fucked.
Oh, great.
And
great.
Spoiler alert, I'm not going to tell you.
I think it's Orange Gina ad. I think that's what it is. Okay. Yeah. God damn it. I'll find it. I'll post it on our social media links. It's like it's only shown in Europe, and it is like
an animal sex party. Oh, it's here. Oh my God. It's a panda with like an hourglass shape, like covering up her little panda titties.
It, it's
Oh
crazy.
my god. This is a deer pouring Orangina in two children's cornflakes as if she's like their mom, but like the kids are just like kids. Oh, what the fuck have you having me watch right now?
It's,
This is just a horse in her underwear in the mirror. And what is Orangina even?
it's like orange soda. It's
Wait,
but
is one of them pitching it as if it was like a douche? The other one was pitching it as if it was milk, and now this horse is using it as mouthwash.
it's
This isn't good advertising, I don't think.
but it's like only in Europe is this like, oh, this is how you sell soda, you know, like ostriches with big jugs sell you orange soda. Anyway,
This is a dog using it for shampoo. Okay, I have to stop. This is crazy. Okay, fucking psychotic. What are you hoarding?
Orange Gina. No, so I'm hoarding a movie that it hasn't hit like a complete wide release yet, but go see this movie when you can. Let me just say this. I haven't laughed this hard in the theaters since I saw Anchorman when I was a teenager. I have not cried like this in a theater since I saw Titanic when I was 12 years old and Jack could not fit on the door with Kate.
Allegedly.
You know, that bitch move, but yeah. They both could have fit. You know, they both could have fit. The action is Kung Fu Hustle. It's incredible, but I saw everything everywhere all at once.
I'm hearing so many good things about this movie. I'm hearing that it's fucking awesome. I have to go see it.
It again, it made me laugh out loud. It made me like weep, and like visual sight gags that you're like, oh, that's a good joke. 15 minutes later, they would somehow bring that joke back and it would make you cry. Like you would be like, oh,
How
this
fun.
This is a really good story. That's a beautiful moment. Like the story was really fucking great. The acting is incredible. The direction was good. The themes are just out of this world. It is so, I haven't seen a theater that full since COVID struck.
Wow.
It was so goddamn good. I want everyone to go see this. It should be up for Best Picture. It was released in January, which is, or April. God damn it. What day is it? What month is it? You know, it's not out with all the Oscar movies like in, you know, November, December, but I want it to be fresh in people's mind come nomination series. Like it is.
It's got a 97% right now on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's great. I cannot say enough great things about it. And I don't think I'm overhyping it.
We worked on it at work, and everyone who watched it and worked on it said it was fucking awesome. And then I believe it got brought up on the Nooner podcast as well. John Sylvain recommended it to everyone. So now you're recommending it. I'm looking at showtimes, baby, tomorrow. Like after that dentist appointment, I'm going to need a win. And I see the one that I'm going to try to make.
Great. What are you hoarding?
Jojo Siwa's new like queer haircut. She looks great.
Oh, I have not seen this.
Yeah. Go take a gander. She's ditching her weird baby girl bow thing, and now she's got a proper lesbian haircut, and she looks awesome.
Oh, she looks great. That is 100%. Yeah. That's the haircut she was meant to have. Yeah.
Yep. She hoarding that all day.
She will no longer have the like potential traction alopecia that bow was going to, you know, eventually give her.
I know so little about her other than like she was very famous on YouTube and that she was a dancer and that she wears like she loves bright colors and she's on Jojo Siwa. But as soon as she came out, I started to care more about her and feel protective over her. And so good for her new haircut. What are you throwing out?
Yeah, I don't know that much about her either. I did watch Dance Moms, but I do feel I shouldn't know that much about. I know she's over 18, but I still feel like she is a youth.
Yeah, it's not quite our generation to know
Not
about her. So like I don't feel bad about not knowing about her, but she's like she has entered into my atmosphere whether I wanted her to or not.
yeah,
So
yeah. She hit the For You
been there.
page, the life For You page. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. All right, I'm thrown out, and I got a lot of them, and I don't know what made this trend happen or why we thought like this is the thing we need to do, but non-stemmed wine glasses.
Oh, wait.
No, your hand heats it up. Give me a stem, like your hand goes around the stem and protects the wine from the heat of your hand, so it either stays cold or the room temp it's supposed to be. Why did we think we need these non-stemmed wine glasses? I got all these, insulated ones, glass ones. What is with non-stemmed wine glasses?
They really did have like a moment, and I can't fucking justify it to you, Erica. Like I can't even say that that's what I would prefer either. I don't think so. I kind of feel better about myself when I have a stem, but like maybe like they're more are they? You're right. I agree. Fuck it. Get this shit out of my house.
Like, why did we all collectively did we get hypnotized and go, oh, this is the move?
Time traveler.
Fucking
The
time
work of a time
travel
traveler.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lazy blast glass blower fucking didn't want to finish the job. And we just
Drink it like
said,
that. Fuck you.
yeah, we just said, that's okay. You don't have to finish your job today.
That part's hard.
No, that's not okay. Everybody has to do their part, grow the stem and the bottom.
All right. All right.
Yeah. What are you throwing out?
My own lack of organizational skills when it comes to my home office desk.
Oh, uh-huh.
Like sometimes it looks awesome, and then other times it's like, how is everything I own on here? And I need the space. Like I think for the most part, like I'm not the tidiest person, but I do okay for myself. I feel like I'm right in average territory. But like my desk 0 to 100 quick, just suddenly I have like an energy of like a hoarder. Like I'm looking around myself right now. I'm wearing a pair of headphones. There's another pair of headphones here, notebook, 2 pens, a pack of bobby pins, sunglasses, a vitamin C like skincare thing, lip gloss, a pack of shapewear that I haven't opened yet, a curling iron, and a backpack. Why the fuck is all of this stuff where I do my job? Some of this stuff belongs in the bathroom. Is this my bathroom now?
If you needed to go to an emergency prom, you're halfway there. You got the bobby pins, you got the shapewear and a curling iron. Like you are halfway to prom ready.
Why am I prepping for emergency prom? I really must be doing that. Like kind of, unknowingly just being like, well, I always have to be ready in case Jimmy asks me.
Their prom's 1 week before ours, so I need to be ready.
Whatever. Where do the people find you?
At Iconic Erica Curry on Instagram and on Twitter. They can find me at Gilly Gal, where I will be, probably talking shit about people that don't believe in COVID or talking about Drag Race or trying to make a joke. So,
Sure.
yeah. Where can they find you?
You can find me at Cass Cardenas on Instagram and Twitter. My Instagram, as I mentioned last week, I went a little bananas and I deleted a lot of followers and I went private. And if I deleted you, I am sorry. It was nothing personal. I just kind of blacked out. So, I've had a couple of people already add me back and they let me know in the message, hey, I'm a trashy listener. And I said, absolutely, I'm so sorry. And I let you back in. Now, am I posting like the most entertaining shit? No, because I made my Instagram for me, about me. So, but like sometimes I'm just naturally funny,
I think
So,
you're
anyways, you can
funny.
follow me there if you want to, or you can find me on the Nooner Podcast on the Smodcast Network. But I honestly prefer that you find me here every Monday on the Trashy Trashy Podcast. Subscribe if you don't subscribe already. You can email us at trashytrashypodcast@gmail.com. We have a website, trashytrashypodcast.com, and we are Trashy Trashy Pod at Instagram and Twitters.
Yes.
Anyways, we love you, and leave a 5-star review or whatever if you like us. If you don't like us, then just don't review us, because honestly, like, I'm sure you're not wishing us like harm, right?
Right? Like you wouldn't think of, like, you wouldn't go to like an old witch and take out a curse upon us or anything.
Yeah. But that's basically the equivalent of a bad review, is going to an old witch and taking out a curse on us.
Mhm.
And like, what did you have to do to get her to do that? Like, she probably fucking owns you in a way too, right? So
Yeah,
was it
like-
worth it?
Yeah, was it worth bringing like your oldest child and like all those like eyes of Newt to her? Probably not.
Yeah. So like, just don't listen to us or whatever. Or like, give us another shot next week. You don't need to sell your soul to an old witch.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm
Anyway.
getting on a tangent.
Yeah. Ugh. The amount of times I've warned people against going to the old witch about us, but hey, Cass,
What's going on, girl?
stay garbage.
You stay garbage, girl.
I will. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.